I was looking at trying to make some fundamental change within the business, and we'd run a few focus groups, but it wasn't really gaining momentum. So I was looking for a way of sort of cranking it back up again, and trying to get more people buying into what I was trying to achieve, which initially was about pulling the company apart and putting it back together again, in a completely different set of eyes. Because the way we're running our company now is how most companies have been running for the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years, maybe longer. And is it still fit for purpose? Because our world's certainly changed. Expectations are, everything's digital, everything's got to be done faster. Everybody wants responses to their questions now. And it wasn't that long ago that fax machines were new. I remember when they came into our world. So I was sort of testing my people about, is there a better way that we can run this business? So we called for volunteers. I needed really 2 plus me, I thought, would to get a power of 3, and we ended up getting 6 people volunteering plus me. So there was 7. So that was kind of exciting in itself. And then we worked out, how we're going to do that with a Mara, and so we ended up putting the 2 teams in, and I just sort of sat across the 2 watching them.
Well, Mark sent out an invitation to all staff. He actually didn't say so much about it. He said, I'm looking for 3 people to go on a bit of a journey. And so I went, oh, that sounds a little bit interesting. And that was basically it. It was actually enough to, I've always probably gone into those sorts of groups going more out of curiosity, and I've actually really enjoyed them. So it just felt like it was the right thing to do. And he ended up with 6. So that was good.
I was a little bit scared that we were going to lose people, because the opening session was quite, what's the word? Is it holistic's the word? But there's the whole breathing and the taking time and the being silent, and it's almost and getting into a meditative state. And none of those people on my team would ever contemplate doing that for any reason. And then watching it unfold over the weeks, from people thinking, oh, I don't really want to be part of this anymore, to oh, I get it now. I know, I get what's happening. I understand. And then towards the end, there was real energy around the questions, and how nutting out their plans was, there was some real positivity around that, because it was actually quite exciting to watch. And that last presentations that they did was really, I got a real buzz out of that.
I think maybe it's just that third element, because 2 people could possibly agree or disagree wholeheartedly. The third person balances it out. So that on this occasion, those 2 might agree. And when I say agree, we're not going, you're wrong, but it's actually like have similar thoughts on it. And this one has a different one. And then those 2 have similar thoughts. And so it's always moving. So I think that third one is actually the person, and it's not necessarily a certain person, it's just a third person that actually has different ways of thinking, and it just balances it out. So definitely I believe that 3 definitely makes it work. As I was doing it, I realized how far we'd come with it, like the beginning and the end. And so I was actually blown away by it as I put that all together, and I went, no, we've come such a long way. And it was really, really cool. I came home, it took an hour for my partner to bring me back down. I was pretty pumped. So it was cool. It was very, very cool.
I was surprised by the thinking that was coming out of people that I weren't sure would think that way. We unlocked some pretty some pretty deep stuff, and then you just become proud because of what had happened. You know, that you'd watch this thing unfold, and people in your team who you wouldn't really think as visionary, strategic thinkers have popped out of the woodwork and gone through a program and into it and producing some really interesting ideas. And they want to drive it too within the, you know, it's not just, okay, here's my idea, I'm out. They want to be part of driving it. But it's gone from a very small group of people trying to initiate change, you know, for years it's really only been a couple of us, to now I've got a bigger team, and they've got a bit of training, I guess, around helping me, you know, initiate a better version of us, I guess. So the end result is a bigger pool of trained people to help us take the company to a point where I'm sure, you know, we can go to, that will be, is groundbreaking the right word, but certainly unique is probably a better word.
I've always been one to sort of break down problems in my head, but doesn't always have a result. Where I think now, with having that mud, I will actually take it to a different place where I don't have to solve it. I can actually put it over here, because it might actually be something to do with over here. So yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely well worth it. And we are what we attract. So if we keep thinking we're going to arrive and there's going to be a problem, well, there will be. So yeah, it's just changing. It's just been really, really good to change, stop and think. I guess it's probably more what the program's given me.
I say it's sort of a program that teaches you to unlock a new way of thinking and a creative bond between three people. So it's two things. It unlocks a thinking process that that you wouldn't normally be exposed to, and then it also uses the small groups working on a common purpose, the power of that. There's two avenues to it.